Part of the process of teaching myself to work was that I'd made up movies on the back of my eyelids long before I ever shot them, and that by the time I was in graduate school I could run an entire movie in my head and see it shot for shot. Jan Kadar, I worked for 2 years while I was at the American Film Institute. He used to test me on it. He'd give me a Fellini movie, some really complicated movie, complicated European movie, and he'd say, go learn it. Now by that he didn't mean, tell him what the plot was. He meant, learn the movie. And he'd test me by having me sit me at a desk, give me a pile of paper and say, okay, write down the shots. Not some of the shots, not what were the memorable moments. No, every shot in the movie, shot for shot, in sequence, where it was, basically, was it a dolly or a close-up of the girl or whatever. If I had wanted to be a violinist or something, I would have, good musicians have hundreds of scores right in their head. They don't need to read the sheet music, they know it. They have, if you study at that level, you would need to know, music that intensely or that closely. Part of my training, they just, Jan tried to insist that I'd have to learn to deal with pictures that intensely, so that I'd live in a world of pictures, and how pictures are arrived at, what is the sequence of pictures, so that I didn't really need to write out storyboards of what's the movie look like. What you need storyboards for are to communicate with other people about a specific picture, particularly if you're doing a movie that has special effects. You have to storyboard those. You have to do a drawing. What's the shot supposed to look like? So, because you need to discuss at great length, and probably with lawyers and all sorts of nonsense, you have to work out a contract for how much will it cost to do this picture. So the more specific you are, the better it works. And that you storyboard for. Storyboarding to just, try to figure out what the movie's supposed to look like or something is, it's a little silly.